Hi, my friends and family. My name is Trey, and this is my YouTube and Odyssey channel. Trey's Messing Tunes, my daily ritual. Trey's timeless 15 minutes of explain. And today, I'm going to talk about repurposing the black magic money curses. It's in the way that you use it. Bam, bam. It comes in and goes. You can use their tools against them. Bam, bam. Till it's only us. Till there's no us in them at all. You can choose not to fall. If you got morality and extreme courage, you can choose to make money spreading truth and have fun in the show. It's in the way that you use it. Repurposing black magic money curses. If anyone knows what this is called, today I wanted to share the spotlight with this lovely specimen. Comes with this deep purplish blue flowers, and they spring up. I don't know, it looks like plantain to me. And they spring up massively here. So, number one, I have the Daniel Suelo story. Okay, thought about maybe I'll make a future video called Daniel Suelo for Precedent, because what he did is, I believe he was working at a hospital or a mental institution, and in the Bay Area, I believe actually, and he got sick of the money chasing game of rent and being a slave for the box. He was a responsible man. He was also an ethical man. So what he chose to do is he went over 3 years without touching paper money or coins. He would get dumpster dive food out of the dumpster, sleep on his friends' couches, and he ended up started making money again at the University of Colorado and a few other more radical schools that paid him to speak about his experience. And so he was living in one of the most expensive regions in the USA without touching paper money for years. So you see, the negative alien agenda has been for a very long time, since the days of Egypt. They used these also known as Egyptian money curses, since those days, through satanic ritual abuse, black magic, again through the multi-generational and hybridization and normalization of satanic activity, Luciferianism, the acceptance of cutting off your body parts and taking hormones because you're in the wrong body, for example. Through all the wars, all the black magic rituals, um, the elite and the power, we don't even, most of us can't fathom how deep, literally deep, the black magic control goes. The Nephilium reversal grid, they put pylon implants. They program massive selenite crystals in the earth with their inversions. They've done a lot of adrenochrome drinking. Black magic rituals of the most sickest sort that you can imagine along the ley lines, the power structures, the big cities. The magnetic pull to that's part of why the magnetic pull to be a slave in the cities is so strong. And never forget that what pretends to be the power, the prince of the world, Lucifer or Satan, they can only have power through unawareness and through destruction, the suicidal and homicidal actions, and counterfeit authority, counterfeit control, coercion. But I myself, before I, after 3 years, my mother insisted I move toward this direction I didn't want to go. I was mostly existing off dumpster diving. I made it into a route along Ocean Street to collect cans, and so at times it's erratic. It's not consistent, but you can sometimes you get a cachet dumpster diving. I mean, one could survive dumpster diving if you're around health food stores or health food grocery stores enough. At a certain point, they locked up the thing, and I had to climb a wall at 2 in the morning. That's when the janitor would take out the trash. So there's also budgeting with food pantries. There's on in Santa Cruz on Wednesday evening and Saturday afternoon around the Quaker Church, either that or the Presbyterian next to it. They give out organic produce that's a little blemished, a little ugly. That didn't sell. So Santa Cruz, California, being in the organic breadbasket of the world here, there's a lot of food resources. So we have Food Not Bombs as another example. I believe Keith McHenry is fairly wealthy, but he actually is a good king, so to speak, as risking it. Also an Irishman, English, interestingly. Even though they put on a mask during the lockdown to serve, they never stopped serving homeless people food, and they started serving every day, in fact, during the lockdown. This shaman that would also collect cans that I met years ago called himself Cousin Ron. He told me money is a spell. And I was watching Ireland Clark today. She said currency is energy flow, and she certainly has YouTube's approval and the cell phone videos and her crew of wealthy students there to keep it going. And especially with all her makeup and being an attractive 25-year-old cute woman, but God bless her for spreading the awareness to the thousands anyway. So the banking system, black magic pyramid, it's really heavy. You got to realize it's all inverted. It's all a hijacked system through trickery, black magic, sorcery, the Nibiru reversal grids, or the Nephilium reversal grids, rather. Money, the slogan of the god Mammon, this god with big muscles and no head, that does all the work with no head, divide and conquer. The power of the heart is stronger, So we have the Stargate hijacks um, around 26,000 years ago. And Lucifer's rebellion shut down the Stargates. Now people are working to reclaim and open those back up. Master psychics, grid workers, Saturn, black magic, cube tech. Big tech was the final puzzle piece, since they already had a lot of people obeying to pay the rent and so forth planetarily. With the SiliconValley.com boom, we have the magic, the money magic taken into the halt, to the exaltation with this. They actually came to the place I'm about to go play music along West Cliff and offered $200,000 more than the asking price for mansions along West Cliff to increase the cost of living. This is some perverse, inverted Luciferian thinking. But at least I get to chill with. I like to look on the bright side. I get to chill with this beautiful being while I'm reading to you instead of having to be in the box. In the disclosure community and the CIA and the aliens, they want to start to allow in this era limited hangout, right? So I'm giving you the whole full Cliff's Notes, bare bones version of the whole story rather than some limited hangout. The Satanists, they just want you to have little bits of information about aliens or ETs, but not the story. I'm giving you the whole story. They don't want you to have, so they try to shut me down. Satanists worship their ego, okay? It's very important. They don't worship this this winged thing. The Baphomet so often is just they're simply egomaniacal beings, narcissistic predators who worship their own self. Um, New Leaf became a B corporation. Was the first one to do that around here. So that means that that the B corporation is a corporation that is attempting to, not to do evil things or to be a corporation that allows the environment to be. And they give back. They have their thing where if you spend over $500 in their store, they'll give you a $5 gift certificate for food in the store. So they try to give back a little bit. Um, the California cannabis business, again, like as I've said before, they tried to make them all pay for these expensive white bags, and they organized against the public health officials, some of the rules and some of their taxes. They petitioned the governor to overturn. So they repurposed some of these scams under Proposition 64 when it became law to to create to try to attempt to create freedom. And like for example, Willie Nelson and other several other celebrities helping these small organic cannabis farmers pay their taxes. It's another way they repurpose their insanity to make it not as harmful. So showing the obvious black magic, we have to motivate people to come into sovereignty in every way possible. We know we can share, I've shared how I've reclaimed it, what I know, and to have independence is kind of an illusion. It's interdependence. We have to share. Sharing socialism, both good and bad. Okay, we have libraries, then we have an invisible interference. We have places to use Wi-Fi for free and charge up the computer and learn and post videos. But then we have evil entities that are funded by by the socialist forces that are doing a great job sometimes of preventing the wisdom from being shared. Okay, so and in the context of the Babylon beast machine, even within the government, okay, we have Ron DeSantis repurposing the insanity by saying no and suing the Biden administration and winning lawsuits in the unconstitutional court, Supreme Court. For example, my right to breathe on the bus. Ron Johnson, a lot of Rons in this fight on the good side. Ron Johnson bringing awareness to their deceit and their lying and their insane Nazi scams. Ron Paul trying to run for president back in the day to bring the truth. Kanye, speaking out in many ways, and then of course he gets called crazy. Dave Chappelle wouldn't wear the tutu, so now he's known. He's reclaiming his popularity as a comedian after a few years of moving back home and running a farm and raising his kids to being a comedian known for using his fame through Hollywood, becoming famous through Hollywood, and selling tickets partially through making people laugh while telling the truth. And Woody Harrelson went on Saturday Night Live a few weeks ago doing the same thing. We have successful entertainers using Hollywood, like the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats, as I've said many times, to spread awareness, spread the truth, repurposing the black magic of Hollywood to share awareness. Okay, this is an amazing feat when it's the few times it's been done. We have politicians speaking the truth to the power. Okay, all these ones I just mentioned. It's amazing. I mean, it's very rare, but I got to commend them. Remember, debt is fake. The federal system is the FED is black magic, guilt-based cryptocurrency. They're trying to hack in. They're about to set up their federal version of that. Osho had liquid assets. We say gold and silver, valuable things, are not cursed so much. Meritocracy is what they're trying to move into. Trading. And say, look what happened with Gaddafi, man, and when he tried to share the wealth and what they did to him, scarcity and abundance consciousness. Then we have wildcrafting and guerrilla gardening are some two key ways. If you have to spend all your money on rent or your gas and insurance, how you can take back your power. If you like this, click subscribe and hit the notification bell for more.